Okay. We are back in the building. Y'all know what this is. DIRREC Gaming present the X League podcast, League of Extraordinaires. I want to give a shout out to my man Teknoblast, Sammy V, Six Slayer, Boss, J-Rock may come, the realest may come. They kind of tied up right now doing some family things, but if they come in, they'll come in, we'll add them. I want to say thanks to everybody that keeps supporting the channel. Remember to subscribe if you like what we're about. Hit the notification bells. Always stay alert on what we do because we represent the streets. We represent the voice of the Xbox community and real gamers across the world. We see y'all, we hear y'all, and we like the echo chamber y'all. So we enjoy what we do. We're passionate. I got a passionate group of cast members right here. I got a passionate chit-chat community over there. Shout out to all the viewers for supporting. And here we go. I want to be honest right now. I'm having some difficulties with my volume settings for them, so I won't be able to hear them properly. So I told them, don't worry about it. I'll just jump in with my 2 cents. They'll let me talk, but they got a lot to say tonight, man, and I can't wait to hear this over. So shouts to, like I said, the 4 guys in this panel. I got some mics for y'all, but I'm gonna do this one right because this one here deserves all my smoke and all my energy. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, man, your whole ancestors, bring them in here because we here, baby. We here. We don't care where you from. We don't care where you at because your flag means nothing here. We are just gamers who just so happen to be on YouTube. And you could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to come out here on DIRREC Gaming. And for that, we are eternally humble as we proceed to give y'all what you need. David VGS, we in here, baby. We in the building. I'm going to do one more remix on this. Remember, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave some comments below. If not, sit back, enjoy, grab your popcorn because it's going down. I go by the name of the legal. This is DIRREC Gaming. Let's go. What's wrong with Sony, y'all? What's wrong with Sony? Tech?
Many things, Lord have mercy.
What's wrong with Sony, Sick?
Many things, Lord have mercy. Many things.
Sick, get the big mic. I got you. Teknoblast, Sammy V Boss. I got some mic for you. Sick. What's wrong with Sony? Let's go.
Yo, there's a lot of things wrong with Sony. In terms of, PlayStation Network losing subscribers, all types of things going on. They finally get a long-awaited feature. It doesn't pass muster in compared to the competition. All types of things left and right with Sony. Woo, man, y'all, Tech, Boss, Sammy. Help me out with this one because it's like I don't even know where to start. Which one is the worst thing that could have happened to them in the past? Since the last time we spoke, there's been a lot of bad things happening with Sony. And, we got stuff we got to talk about with Microsoft too, but I guess we're talking about Sony first. Which one do you think is the biggest deal?
Biggest deal is that Sony just sat there and volunteered to drop an atomic bomb on themselves. And they just keep going and lying to everybody, media. They're creating these fake accounts with 2 followers, 0 following, and they're just rolling in their own mud right now. And it's showing rather than admitting that they screwed up, made a mistake, apologize to their players, to the community with their disgust, pedophilism, child molestation. I've just honestly, they've just opened the hell.
Don't forget womanizing.
Womanizing all too. Touching little boys and girls on the side. Do you know what PlayStation 5 is?
They probably didn't touch him in the side.
Oh my god.
back room, if you get what I mean. In the back room, I was just trying to be as nice as I can. I'm just it's about Sony and their practices. They just took a big shit on themselves, and that's
Hey,
it.
you boys and girls like them PS5s.
Hello.
What do they have
like
to
them
offer in
PS5
Ultimate right
kitty?
now? Name me 2 next-gen exclusives that Sony has released since the PS5.
PS5 exclusive or cross-gen?
Next generation, full rate, brand new game, brand new IP.
Well, I guess Astro Bot and Ratchet and Clank, but that's
Ratchet
kind
and
of
Clank,
question.
yeah.
That's kind of
Those are
questionable because
cartoon
that's
games.
questionable
Those are
because the
cartoon
stuff,
out.
it's already been stated by several developers that what's done in that Ratchet and Clank can be done on last gen.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, Psychonauts even kind of proven that.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot forget the most amazing game of all time is Returnal.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Minesweeper.
Okay, Returnal. Okay, that's 2 in 2 years. 2. That's all right. Okay.
They have been on a cold streak. It's all remasters and DLC this generation for them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, the one game that they're, hyping up that they're hopeful for is, an Ascended DLC, because that's originally what it was. God of War, it's just an Ascended DLC. That's originally what it was. The DLC for the old God of War. And that's, their new hot game that they had to delay once again. Definitely going to talk about the Xbox, delays later on. But if you notice, those were two delays of 2 next-gen games, not some cross-gen stuff, because we've had that, I think it's a bigger deal than... I'll just put it to you like this. If Xbox was making the same mistakes that Sony was making or going through the same crap that Sony was going through, and it's multiple examples, and just one of them is sufficient. Just take any one of the situations that's been happening with Sony. If that situation instead had happened to Microsoft and Xbox, the narratives off of that alone with the
Any
throughout the generation.
bad thing, any
Yeah.
negative thing that happens to Sony,
Yep.
like every little bad thing that has happened to Sony, if it happened to Microsoft, it will be the end of the world.
Yep. It would cost them the generation off of that. Look at the DRM thing that happened over the weekend. I don't know about y'all, but if you saw me on Twitter, you saw where I was. I was outside. It
You know
didn't
the funny thing, I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice it was out. There was an outage until late Sunday.
Speak on it.
After dealing with Mother's Day.
Yeah, I was out.
Mother's Day
I was
right
with family, man. Your mom, okay, I can understand some of y'all don't have either password or whatever, but still, it's the weekend. The weather was nice across the U.S. At least I know that. And what the hell were y'all doing at home all day, worried about video games? I didn't even experience it not working.
I didn't
at all. I was too busy. And
with or without the outage, no matter what, it was only a 24, 48 hour outage compared to Sony's 7 months.
24. Yeah. Okay, look at all this.
But this outage, let me tell you, this outage is like any other service. If your lights go off, what happens? You just sit there and deal with it.
Yep.
The thing about it is, just like a power outage, it doesn't affect all areas and all people. Exactly. And this outage itself, from what I've seen from a lot of people that I speak to on Discord and also on Twitter and stuff, a lot of them didn't even know there was an outage.
Yeah, it worked for them just fine the whole time. I came home Saturday night. It was fine. I was on live and stuff. It worked. I didn't even know. It wasn't until the middle of the day Sunday I'm seeing all over Twitter, and old tweets too. I'm seeing from 15, 12 hours old. So active yesterday when I should have noticed and didn't. And I was online. I was watching YouTube. I was around. I don't know how I missed it, but I did. It didn't affect me, and I was around doing stuff.
Yeah, even if they were wanting to game rather than sitting there and complaining, make Xbox my home, and that's it. Restart and play.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing.
But you'll get the people, and this is what they'll say. I've worked all week long, and this is the only time I get to play. Really? This is like the only time this day during the outage is the only day you can get to play. And it's, oh my God, it's the end of the world that you didn't get to play within a few hours of whatever you got.
That's the sound
because
of the tiniest violin.
because you'll never ever be able to game again, because this is the only weekend you had available to game.
That's right, Tech. That's real business.
Yeah. It's like, it was annoying to see all those posts where people are complaining like, oh my God, somebody's out of town. This is the house. The house is quiet. Now I get to game. Oh no, I can't because the outage is here right now. I'm like, okay.
Hey, Tech. Now there's posts that I really enjoyed reading from certain folks that like to call themselves pillars of the Xbox community, or call themselves journalists, where of all the positive Xbox stuff that's been going on, you don't see a tweet from them. Then all of a sudden there's this outage, and it's like, I'm gonna make a an article about this. Like, wow, really? You waited up to now? You want to start talking about Xbox?
And of course, the same typical names too. The same ones who always do that. The ones with the track record. We don't need to name the names. I mean, let's see, I want to hear them, but the same stuff every time. Every time.
They're all logged out now. They've got nothing else to say. They all know where real gaming is at. Yeah. Game Pass right there. You've got over 1,000 titles you could play. And what are they doing? Sitting there. Oh, I had a really busy week. Oh, you had a busy week. You got no problems tweeting throughout the week. Yeah. What do you have to sit there and play with your PlayStation 5?
Yeah. It was too many overreactions going on.
Now, all of this complaining with these ponies, it's just white noise to me. I'm just sitting there enjoying this generation of gaming, enjoying everything what it's got to offer me, and I'm tweeting positive stuff about it. And whenever I see these guys, I just do a LOL and that's it, move on. These guys are washed out and they're being wiped out, and this is the last of them. This is just a little aftermath, and that's
the last of them. That's a new game. The last of them.
They got nothing else to say. They're just coming out with the same thing over and over and over again. And they're
that's because that's all they got. I mean, what's
up with Sony trying to buy their stock back? What's up with that, man?
The same thing that was going on last time.
Oh, that's right. It ain't the first time that happened, but look who we got here. Realist, what up? Yeah. Because nobody else was going to introduce you. Oh, look at Tech.
I keep sliding in and out, man. I can't get my headset to work, but I wasn't going to sit this one out. I'm on speakerphone.
Oh, snap. Oh, the dedication is real. Hey,
he wants to make sure the whole job hears him.
What'd I do?
I don't know.
Right there. Don't forget, guys, about that buyback on stocks after profits fall short of estimates, sitting there buying their money back. What's up with that, right?
Yeah, it's the realest in the building.
Yeah, but y'all know how it is, man. Look, once that bad news drops, people panic. It's no different for Sony than it is any other company. So they drop that bad news. They can't sell consoles. They keep lowering their projections for console sales. As much as we pay attention, investors pay attention to what Microsoft is doing. They still haven't recovered from the $20 billion and it's still falling. So at some point, that stock's going to fall so low that they have to buy it back to make the stock not look so bad to investors or like retail guys like us that would come in and say, oh, it didn't fall that bad. Let me jump in, because every outlook says it'll rebound. But they can say what they want to say because they have paid opinions all day. But that's why they have to buy those.
Oh no!
He bought it out.
Oh man, Sony got him.
It's those ponies, man. I'm telling you, man.
Got him.
He's like, that's his leg right now.
They Metal Geared him.
Yeah, they got him.
They got him with what these bundles and 7 games in one. Buy that console. Yeah, it's a sign of desperation, and these guys gotta push these consoles out.
Didn't they duct tape a bunch of games to the boxes now to say, hey, buy this bundle?
Yeah, I saw that today. Apparently that's old, but I only just saw that today.
See,
Hey,
something like that.
one thing I do know is they got Horizon on the box. All right. And then after they sell enough of them, we'll hear about those sales. After they sell enough of those consoles that they made people buy, right? Because people don't really want the game, they want the console. So getting those consoles and it comes with Horizon. Then we'll hear about how great the sales are for Horizon next time.
Hey, I'm currently playing that game, this week or last week.
Horizon
Good for you.
It's all right.
2 years late in sales. So they're going to sit there and accumulate. And they can't sit there and total the whole entire sales since the day of release. They could only sit there and give us the figures moving on forward with these bundle sales, what the actual release count is right after that. They can't sit there and flex their muscles with sales no more. It's already been released a long time ago. They cannot say anything about whatever sale that they want to talk about. Only the consoles leading up until today and moving on forward tomorrow. All their games have been delayed, and all their games have been released prior to all these console sales that they've been having. So they can't sit there and brag about a game sale that it's been already out for a year and somewhat time, right? They could only start talking about that real brand.
But they will. And people will accept it.
Of course. That's what they do.
I'm going to put a stop to that, and I'm going to start stating facts.
Damn, we almost have a full house here.
We got JyzalRock in the building.
Yep.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Yeah. What up, Jay? What up, Jay?
What up?
What's going on, J-Rock?
Same old
Watch
same.
out, man. Jim Ryan's over here looking for you.
Oh, man.
Hey,
Oh, Jimmy.
hey, J-Rock. You want to rock together?
Oh, no.
That don't even sound right.
I know, right? It's like, no, thank you.
Pause.
But man, I guess we may as well talk about the big thing that has everybody all concerned today.
What, at the overheating SSDs? Yeah, I want to talk about that.
They out here in these streets trying to find J-Rock.
Yeah, I want to talk about the SSDs overheating and exploding on these Xbox Series consoles, man. That's
You sure you don't want to talk about Bethesda overheating?
Bethesda is good. Bethesda is chilling. The only problem I've got with the developers, I want everybody get them out working from home, getting their asses back in the office.
Yeah.
Collaboration and the culture has been broken. I'm fine with the game being delayed. If it takes time, come out with quality product. Don't give me something.
Here's my problem with the delay. It's not the delay itself. What I don't like is what these companies have been doing. They'll announce a game, a release date at least, a year plus in advance, and then look where we are now and what's happening.
Yeah,
but his
I like,
thing,
and I'll
this
say this again. I've said this once before. The one time that it was awesome was when they announced Fallout 4 in the middle of summer, or like on some E3 show.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it was coming out. It was like 4 to 6 months later, and it was perfect. Did it have bugs? Sure, but I enjoyed the hell out of Fallout 4, But at least it was within the window, like 6 month window. And
the funny thing about it is this time they did quite the opposite. Was it a week or two ago when they showed off a showcase of the game in action, right? And they were like, and they reconfirmed the date, or at least the time frame. I forget which, right? So they just came off for saying, "Yo, the game is coming out this time, right? This time frame." And then today for them to say not only Starfield, but also Redfall. I was gonna say Red Dawn. Redfall, right? But as most people are talking about Starfield, that's the game most people are concerned about. Most people aren't even concerned about Redfall. All the narrative is about Starfield. But it's just like, listen, man. I know a lot of people feel a lot of things. And one thing you could definitely feel with, and no one can say shit to you about it, is disappointment, right? Particularly if you're waiting for the game. I wasn't particularly waiting for the game, but when it came out, I was going to try it. But I'm not like particularly interested in rubbing my ass together all, like what's his name from
I had Birdman hands.
Yeah, Birdman hands. I'm not feeling for it like that, but I will check it out, right? Yeah. But I know other people are quite the opposite. They fiending to play this game. They trust the pedigree with Bethesda and all of that, and so they were hyped up and hoping to see a lot more at E3 and maybe a demo or something, and then the game at the end of the year. That's not happening, and so now, but it's like someone else said this to me. I believe it was JyzalGamingTV who was mentioning this, but this is something that I thought about for a while. It's not so much about the truth of the matter or the facts of the situation. It's about how it's perceived, right? It's the optics. It's the perception.
The perception.
The perception is the problem. So, JyzalGaming, the floor is yours, guys, because you were saying some interesting things about that earlier, man.
Right, like on its own, a delayed game is never bad. You know what I mean? It's never bad to delay a game and give us a better end product as a consumer.
It's just that 1 year plus announcement of a date is what gets me. It's like, stop doing that. I don't know why they don't just stop.
You feel it's two separate things going on here. First, over the delay, you'll be disappointed, but you'll understand.
Right.
Now, the rest of it is the perception. Xbox has no games. That's what you got to deal with, right? I know we got third party, but it's not up to third party to give that console any love. That's on your first party. They're the ones in charge of using all the specs of the console that they're selling us, right, to its fullest potential. And so far, we haven't seen it. Now, I know people want to say, "Oh, just hold on." It's probably they're gonna trust in them, right? After the delay, it'll probably be good, but we're gonna get more of it. But listen, they delayed Halo for a year. What ended up happening? Right? What did we get the ray tracing? No. Did we get the co-op? No. Did we get the Forge? No. Did we get a whole bunch of maps for the multiplayer? No. So right now, it's for Microsoft, it's trying to put up or shut up when it comes to the first party. Yeah, and that's like that's where the community is angry about. Is that right now that roadmap for their first party titles is pretty fucked up right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. Starfield was the banger. They were hyping it.
Uh-oh.
It sounded like he laughed. It sounded like he laughed, and all of a sudden,
man, Jim Ryan is at it today, man. He got him too.
Bro, I'm right there.
Oh, my bad. It cut off. Yeah. I said, they started up this hype train, right? Building up for this show. They put the logo as Starfield. But right now, it removes any hype from the show for me personally, because all you're gonna be showing right now.
Okay, here's my take. He went out. He was in his zone. Here's my take. We, like you said, we understand delays. Nobody here on this panel or anybody in the chit chat community or those viewers don't understand delays. We've had delays since last gen, right? And when delays are appropriate, nobody minds it, because that's giving devs a time to make sure the game comes out. I've always been advocating it's better for us to go back like we used to do it, where games would come out and you didn't really know that much about the game. It built its own nostalgia because it would come out, hit a commercial. We get to talking about it. You see that commercial, and about a couple months later, the game comes out, and you either grab the game or not. Those that grab the game determine if the game is good or it sucked. That's how it used to be. But now we got social media. We got all these outlets out here. And so we get these leaks. We get these handouts. They're giving people Xbox games that ain't even fan of Xbox, right? They don't even know how to play our games right. And they're reviewing our games. Like, it's the industry right now is real corny, right? On top of the fact that the PR is messing up horribly, right? It seems Microsoft gets to steamrolling. It's like they lose their way. I mean, me and Six Slay were just talking about it. Like, it's like they get it going, we're clapping. Oh man, we literally knocked down every narrative. Microsoft knocked down every narrative. So don't tell me they don't pay attention, because there's no way they destroyed all the narratives. Of course they're paying attention, right?
Then they hit a bump.
The issue is there's no normal people. What I mean by normal people, there's just no normal people. Like, sometimes you just need somebody to be like, that shit ain't finna work, man. Get that shit out of here. Look, like for instance, Halo. Halo's coming out with no co-op. The hell is that? Then that's no Halo. We don't put Halo out till we got co-op. What? That's part of the essence of Halo. You put Forge out. Listen, it was better to don't put the damn game out broken like that. And then you say, and then when you go ahead and do it, okay, we put up with it. You know, we got a multiplayer, we got a single player campaign experience, right? You tell us, okay, we're gonna have the co-op coming in 3 months. So of course, okay, well, 3 months, 90 days. All right, we can live with that. 90 days get here. Sorry, people, we're gonna have to stretch it again. That's where the problems come in at. Like, if you're not gonna be able to have the game out on time, if you're not gonna be able to have the game out complete, then don't put it out. We got enough games to play. Don't put it out. The thing is, if you can't get it, it's better to have a game out complete than broken games, because Sony puts out broken ass games all the time. Nintendo puts out these crazy and kiddo games all the time. So if Microsoft puts out these badass games and they're fluid, there's hardly any bugs, there's hardly any glitches, and it's complete, guess what gamers are going to start doing? Yeah, it takes us a little bit, but when we get this game, it's complete. We got the whole full effect of this game. I can experience it at its totality. We don't have, like he said, we can't rely on third party, right? The industry doesn't vibe with Xbox like this, man. We know this. So there's no need to try to make up a story. There's no need to be fronting. There's no need to have these agents out here in the Twitter world acting like all of a sudden they've been speaking to the Xbox community all of a sudden. We don't need none of that. What we need is the realness. We need results. People didn't buy an Xbox Series X, and here we are in 2022, and we don't have ray tracing and all these things that the Series X was provided for us. You know, we're still sitting here looking for next level. So what is next level? We don't
especially
have
in its flagship titles, man.
That's the lifestyle of Xbox.
Like they told us that ray tracing was going to be in Halo. Now they don't even mention it.
From our own camp, and that's how it's always been. So nobody's dumb. We don't listen. I get it, but we don't want to hear. We're hearing your feedback. You know, we hearing you loud and clear, and that's no shot to just directly at Phil Spencer, but it's just a period. Like, you know, when a game is not ready, you know when a game is not done. Make sure that you don't put a due date out. They literally put a due date out for Starfield.
Yeah.
And then you can't put the game out? Come on, y'all. That's the whackness right there. I can't even defend that. You can't defend that.
The department need more communication.
Exactly.
That was the same problem as the Xbox One days. Like in the early days, like before E3, when they had like that showcase or whatever, where they showed off the Xbox with the TV stuff, and then at E3 was all games and stuff. But that in between time, and even at E3, there was conflicting reports and answers from certain people at Xbox. You would ask Major Nelson, you get an answer here, and then you talk to Phil Spencer or whoever, then you get an opposing answer, right? And the whole time, you know, these people are arguing with other people on YouTube just to be found, you know, to be proven right by that YouTube person the next day. Remember Angry Joe and versus Major Nelson? Anybody remembers that? Like, he was proven right, and he was proven so right. Dude had his eyes open, like, yo, what the hell? Like, the parts that Xbox seem not to communicate. So particularly, this is bad with Starfield because, like I said, it was like a week or two ago they had some kind of showcase. You know, they showed off some elements of the game, some minor things. You know, I think it lasted for like an hour or whatever, right? And they put a date. Then why would you do that and then now decide, oh, you're gonna delay this game plus another game at the same? So that's two games. They both are getting delayed for the same reason. He's saying that the same he brought them out to mention them together. So it's like, yo, it seems like they just behind schedule. And I'm not trying to. Man, I'm just gonna say it straight. I think the pandemic has had a bigger impact than anybody has ever been willing to admit or even just say outright. Even you know, I have to stammer there a second, like I think about it.
Okay, right there. These guys.
But at the same time, are we gonna keep using that card?
I don't think
every single time.
See, but that's not a card. Nobody ever said that.
I'll be honest. Honestly. Working from home, you don't feel the time.
Yeah.
It's a false expectation. I worked from home. I went crazy. I had to get the hell out. I couldn't even.
Oh yeah, that was me. I was still going back to the office a month later after everything.
These guys got to get up and get back in the office.
Yeah, exactly.
Collaborate and be realistic.
Yeah, it's been affecting performance for a long time now.
Second, third,
it really has.
All right, let me ask you guys, right? These big acquisitions that Xbox started doing, right? 2018. 2018 on now, right? What banger and brand new IP have we gotten?
Tunic. That's not even ours either.
You see how the room went silent, right? That's the problem right there.
But here's the thing, though.
These
are two. No. I heard what you said. I heard what you said. I don't
that's the problem because right now they got money, right? Hold on. They got $78 billion to waste, right? I'm gonna tell you right now. They got $78 billion to waste. They know what Xbox fans, right? The fan base went through with the Xbox One, right? The no games, and them talking about, Xbox got no games, right? If they wanted to, they don't care about no legal trouble. They don't care about breaking contracts. They don't care about lawsuits. They'll deal with that. They'll pay out that money. Why can't they just be like, look, Sony, we released the games. We're gonna cut it in half. We need these games for our fan base. We made these purchases. You know what? You want to take us to court? We'll pay that. That's a chump change. But what we're gonna do for our fans is we're gonna get that Deathloop right now on Game Pass. We're gonna get that Ghostwire Tokyo right now on that Game Pass because you guys are enjoying the Bethesda games, right? And the Bethesda studios more than we are at the moment. So this is what we're gonna do for our people. Because
that's funny because I was thinking the same thing earlier today. It's like, you know what? They should get those games over here already.
Man, come on, you know, here's the thing about that. That sounds all well and good, but you know what the reaction will be, and this is what I was talking about before.
Oh, bad guy.
It doesn't matter about the reaction, fam. The reaction right now is that they don't got no games.
But it does. See, and that's exactly the point. The reaction is that there's no game. But here's the thing. Here's also facts, though, right? Despite all this talk, why is Xbox outselling PlayStation and Switch? So Nintendo and Sony again
availability
with no games, with the so-called no games, right? So let's
stay right there. Let's stay right there and tell me why do you think that is?
Why do I think what is? You have Game Pass. That's the thing. I didn't buy an Xbox for one of 3 games. I bought an Xbox for a life or a generation of games, both big and small. Okay. Now, I may not be as anticipating of this game as you are or other people are, but I understand what it is to be for other games in the past and I'm sure in the future, right? So I'm not trying to downplay the fact that this is a loss, but let's not pretend like there are no games on Xbox.
No, we're not saying.
You say to me that the reaction doesn't matter. We know that's what we know. Those
third-party games. We know those third-party games and the deals. We know Plague Tale is gonna come. We know those games are coming day in day on Game Pass. Right? We understand that. We're talking about their first-party studios. Everything we've been cheerleading about these acquisitions, right?
Yeah.
Where is the product?
They're still working on it.
Right. Okay. Cool. They're still working on it, right?
Say that though too.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So they're still working on it, right? But so far, the competition has gotten the product from our investments.
And then you see, but no, it wasn't our investment because that was a deal done way before. So no, it was. And
now that studio belongs to us, right? So they could literally do.
That's Microsoft. Microsoft stock. There's no us. It's
right. They could literally.
Hey, don't get into semantics because it's true.
They could literally do what the hell they want at this moment with their shit.
I'm driving to Seattle right now.
All I'm gonna say is, don't expect any bangers to come out late 2023. Early 2024. Let's just set that expectation right now.
Well, then you be messed up and set that expectation. But like what JyzalGamingTV was saying, I mean, that sounds great, right? But you got to realize Xbox is not Microsoft, right? If Microsoft does bad dealings through Xbox, then Microsoft did bad dealings, and there is a contract in place, so they're not going to take anything from Sony that's already there. Now, what you guys really need to just sit back and think: okay, you bought an Xbox, why? Like, why do you like Xbox, right? If you like what Sony provides, Go hang tight over there. Go join that community. Right? But the thing is, if you have been with Xbox, you know that Xbox had basically Microsoft basically cast it to the side, right? So everything is not an excuse. This is all Microsoft's own doing. But Microsoft took a step back from gaming. And then they decided that they wanted to go ahead and get back in. And all these things take time, right? They should not have announced that game, right? They should not have announced Redfall. They should not have announced Starfield. They should not have announced anything until it was ready, right? But they were under pressure. Xbox has no games. We got to show them that we're doing something. We got to show our fans something. Microsoft has been doing a lot of goodwill, right? Because of things like this. Right. And they hope that the fan base that it will go over well with the fan base that, hey, we've got these good games in Game Pass. We're doing these things. We're buying Activision, the largest acquisition in tech history. Right. Maybe they'll see these things and maybe that'll buy us some time. I would rather that they delay Starfield. Now, I don't think that Starfield is being delayed for any other reason than positioning, right? Because they said that this was a polishing year, right? Now, it's upsetting to us, but Microsoft also has to deal with the cadence and building out a real subscription service, right? You got to have something coming into that subscription service for people to stay subscribed. Otherwise, Starfield comes out, and as soon as I can finish Starfield in 2 weeks, I'm not a Game Pass subscriber anymore. So they have to deal with these things. Now, if you're an Xbox fan, you're with Xbox because they provide you what you like. They give you the games that you like, right? If not, you should be somewhere else. These games are going to take time. These third-party deals are going to have to do. Right? Microsoft's not going to be able to tell you like that because they're too busy trying to be, all magnanimous, forward-facing, whatever adjective you want to give them. But these things are going to take time. And I would prefer that they don't count on Bethesda, knowing Bethesda's track record of being Bethesda, to be the savior of Xbox right now. I would prefer them give them as much time as they need to get that game together. I did not expect Redfall to make it. I don't know why they announced it. I mean, I know why they announced it, but they should not have.
Facts.
And we're going to have plenty of holiday games. So what if they can be played on Switch or PlayStation? If you want to go over there and wait for God of War to come out in the first quarter of 2023, I mean, JyzalGamingTV, you got one, I got one, you're cool. But Xbox is going to take the time they need to get these games ready. And I'm for that because Bethesda's my favorite studio, but it's not enough people's favorite studio. So I prefer that they put out a good game where you don't get locked behind doors.
Right, and that's cool, right? And we can understand that Xbox fans. I'm talking about the perception from those that aren't Xbox fans. That
why do they matter though, J-Rock?
No, but those are saying, should I invest in that ecosystem? And they're saying all this right now.
What's there to entice them? And they're seeing worse things from Sony. Sony ain't got nothing to entice them away from the situation that's Xbox, even with these delays. That's flat truth.
And that's another thing.
So far from a lot of the stuff that's been happening, I have to say this, from all the stuff that's been happening, from all the misinformation that's been coming from the other camp and all the mudslinging and everything, I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen not one. This isn't like that. This isn't like last gen. I haven't seen not one bit of it, not one shred of it trip Xbox up at the finish line. They're like a steam train. They still moving. Yeah, and they still gain momentum.
Well, see, the thing is, Microsoft hasn't even. This is what I was going to say, and it's going to be short. Microsoft hasn't even begun real advertisement yet.
Nope.
How many commercials do y'all see for Game Pass? Like, this thing is just starting, and it brings me back to what Phil said about Halo. We should delay it because maybe, and then I'm gonna be done after this. Legal.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
Let's hold off. Am I low? Okay, I'm back home. I'm gonna get on my headphones. He said, if you give us time, he said, we wait and then we'll actually have consoles for people to buy to play the game on. And that's what I think they're wrestling with too, because this is a next gen exclusive.
True.
Regardless of what all this cloud and stuff, it's not ready. But all right, go ahead. I don't want to take too long.
Yeah, real quick though. What I was going to add before you chimed in and stuff is that what I was getting at is that with the momentum they have and stuff like that, one thing I have to say and I notice is that people can sit there saying that, oh, they didn't get it. They didn't want to get a PlayStation 5 because they saw there was a Series X there instead and stuff like that. Nah, man, if you want a Series X, you're in there to get a Series X. If you want a PS5, you're in there to get a PS5. That's just it. So yeah, so like I said, it's like people are wanting the Xbox and they see the value of Game Pass, even with these little potholes, these little speed bumps and everything. People are not that stupid. They're starting to wake up and realize what's going on. For example, our gaming brethren across the ocean in the land of the rising sun, they are starting to wake up and realize, like, oh, okay, all right, we're being played as chumps, and we're not liking it. The yen, the value of the yen is not exactly that good anymore. We need something for our dollar. So yeah, it's like, yeah. So like I said, to me, it's not last gen anymore. So, it's this delay. It is a black eye, no matter how you slice and dice it. I mean, you can't cheerlead for it that much, but it's better than having a broken game. Yeah. It is what it is.
And I've said this on Twitter. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what Microsoft does, whether they keep the date. If they keep the date,
I'm trying to get to my point, y'all. Go ahead.
If they keep the date like they said, and it's filled with bugs and it's broken or something's wrong with it,
that's going to be worse.
They catch hell.
Yeah.
Now they delay it like they did. They still catch it. So no matter what, they lose out.
And you only have one chance at a first impression. You only have one chance at a good impression.
Legal. What you were going to say, legal?
Yeah, go ahead, legal. Go ahead. We summon you to the field. In attack mode.
Hold on, I'm gonna text him.
Okay. All right.
Go.
Oh, he don't want to talk now.
All right. Shout out to Shit Check. I see all of y'all, man. These guys' microphones are real low on my PC. I don't know why, but I'm gonna try to fix that out. That's why I have to watch and be careful and go to my phone and make sure I'm not blocking them when I come in. But shouts to Mythic, man. I've been seeing you getting busy up in the chit chat. I like that, man. I appreciate you. Jay, what's happening, baby? Spike IT, what's good, fam?
Man,
Dr. Bach in the building. Always good to see you, man. I'm gonna get to all y'all's comments in a minute, man. Bear with me. But I wanna push back. Okay, we so much was said. All right. I agree with everybody's comments. Everybody's comments I agree with. I don't see nothing wrong with nobody's comments. Everybody's comments all valid. Because everything that y'all said, Microsoft did. It's not like nothing that everybody said Microsoft didn't do. But I'm gonna try to get some things going. Let's just say Starfield Redfall, right? We're talking about Redfall, and I'm about to throw Redfall back in the dumpster because we didn't even bring up Redfall. Nobody ever talked about Redfall, right? But Redfall got delayed. It just happened to get delayed, but nobody was talking about Redfall. So here we go with Starfield. Starfield was the next best thing to saving gaming, to be prepared to save gaming and have its last meal like the Last Supper, right? It's the next big thing. They messed up with that by giving it a due date, putting out trailers and having their commentary. That's where they messed up with Starfield. Now, we'll take that as our community, right? We'll take that as a whole community, and we got to deal with that delay, right? So now you're looking at an Xbox fan like me, and you're trying to. I'm just gonna be honest. You're gonna look at me and say Xbox has no games again. We're gonna bring the narrative. You're gonna see all the cartoon clowns regroup their YouTube channel or their stupid, dumbass Twitter comments, and they're all resurrected right now. We back to square one, right? And we can point our fingers and say, see, Microsoft, you did it again. Right when you got it rolling, you gave these dudes energy to bring their platform back alive again, being stupid. We get it all. We get all of that. But the one thing that still remains, people, is that the PlayStation has nothing. So what do you mean by that, legal? We have games. No, you don't. First of all, y'all have already been exposed 2 years in a row that y'all don't even play your exclusives, right? We've been telling everybody for about 6 years how it goes with you fans, right? And y'all have now demonstrated it to the fullest this year because y'all are hitting those brick walls. Sony can no longer hide behind the scrutiny of delaying games and then putting games out all at one time in a year and making it seem like they got all the games. That can't happen right now because they're struggling. So this struggling with this pandemic or this lack of chips is only revealing the false narrative drive and smoke and mirrors of powers that Sony does to its own fan base. Not to me, but to its own fan base. It just exposes them. That's what's happening. Now, Horizon Forbidden West came out this year. Okay, great. But what really took place? You waited 8 months prior to that to get a Flintstone game. All right? A third-party game comes in
and it was buggy
after and annihilates it. But if you listen to the donkey community, they will tell you a whole different story. Oh, this game's the best. Oh, I put in 70 hours. I got on my horsey and I went all the way to this mountain range, right? You got people. Well, have you beat it yet? No, I ain't beat it yet. I'm just riding around on my dinosaur horse, and I'm loving how the game looks. It's really great, right? So while they're fronting, we're like, you know what? Let's just wait. Because we know how Sony is. When a game does great, they got to come out and make a statement. When we didn't see that statement, we was like, something's fishy, right? Well, we knew after a month or so that this game's been out. Sony ain't said nothing. Sums up with Horizon Forbidden West. Well, lo and behold, the developer of the game comes out on Twitter and blames Elden Ring for the reason why the game isn't getting so much headlines, right? Then we get Benji Sales coming up on Twitter telling people, oh, the trajectory of sales and all this. And he's like, but for some reason, Sony's not mentioning Forbidden West, right? Because we don't need people like that. We're skilled students of the game. We already knew how it goes. We already know how it works. The thing is, people don't like people like me. They don't like people like us who already know the deal. Well, we already know the drill. We've done seen the boot camp over and over and over again. This isn't about us. This is about the donkeys. So then Drive Club comes out. All right, Sony's still bringing out their bangers, right? But they lied. They tried to
Gran Turismo.
This is gonna be the next best racer ever. I even had a dude I won $50 from because he's gonna tell me it's gonna score higher than Forza Horizon. And I was like, dude, not one Gran Turismo game ever since Forza Horizon came in scored higher than Forza. So this will be the first. Let's make that bet. Well, I easily won that $50. So what is PlayStation doing to entice a gamer like me? I don't play Call of Duty. I don't play Fortnite. I don't play FIFA. And I let my son play 2K. But we all know none of those are PlayStation exclusives. So where they at today? They're playing that globally. They're playing those games globally. Those are their top playing games. So we can kill this notion, right, on DIRREC Gaming that exclusives is what drives the PlayStation console. It never has. That's been a donkey excuse, right, for them to throw jabs at us. So it goes back to that thing. If Xbox has no games, how is it outselling the PlayStation today? Well, easy. You can clearly see that people now are starting to speak up about Xbox. We never had this before. The media has always, and I go back to Six Slayer with this comment because it's probably the most beautiful comment that I've ever heard. When considering Sick also plays on his PC, right? You hear people say the Xbox community doesn't even know when they win, right? When they win something, because they're constantly looking for the media to speak for them. Well, students of the game don't need the media to speak for them, right? Just like when J-Rock brought up that PlayStation 2 ad, when he was making his point about the Blu-rays, he shut up the whole donkey community. But guess what? They'll overlook him because he put it out there to act like they didn't see it. Of course, because it doesn't play into your narrative. But those games are not working for Sony anymore. So Microsoft has to put their 10 toes down. I understand. Nobody wants to see nobody go. I get that. I don't want Sony to go. I just want them to be around. That's all they're going to give you anyway, just a be around thing. They ain't killing nothing. They're not doing anything to Xbox. Sony is a customer for Microsoft. Why would Microsoft want Sony to go somewhere? They're a customer. You don't want your customer going anywhere. This is deeper than gaming, right? This is about a customer relationship. If anything happens to Sony, it's because Sony did it. Now, Eli, the realist, brought up services. What has changed with the PlayStation Plus community or the PlayStation Now community? Nothing. What just happened today? They told us that the subscriber count has went down again. 47 million, 46 million. They've been sitting around that, floating around that million for 5 years. Go look it up. I'm not making this stuff up. They're not doing anything unique. They're not doing anything special. The thing is, the donkey community needs Twitter because Twitter is their therapy class. We don't use Twitter for therapy. We use Twitter to actually chill. We got a community. If we ain't on Twitter, we on that Xbox. They don't have a community. So Twitter is where they go. So it's different when you're dealing with Xbox and you're dealing with PlayStation. It's two different. It's like one is in the Sahara Desert, one is in the Amazon jungle. They're two different climate controls. These dudes stay ripping the Twitter feeds and social media feeds, the Reddits, because they're bored, dog. They're bored. They don't play. The PlayStation hierarchs don't even interact with them, right? They don't even interact with them, so they don't know, man. It's just like it's like when dudes said they're like battered women, bro. They're like battered women and abused kids. You know what I'm saying? They sit around here thinking that it's normal to be treated this way. We can clearly see that Sony gives them the pole. But that's the difference between the PlayStation community and the Xbox community. They are willing to sacrifice their lives for the sake of their console. We're not. They're willing to go to bed with their console. They're willing to make selfies with their consoles. They're willing to hug and kiss their consoles. We're not. It just ain't that serious to us, but to them, it is. It's a straight up weirdo lifestyle with them, and they love it, right? All the donkey community needs now is a pride flag. We need to go make a flag for them so they can pridefully throw it up in the air and be proud of their weirdness with their consoles. This is the same community that falls in love with characters, y'all. So Sony has nothing, but they need us. They need moments like this, like the realist was saying, like JyzalGamingTV and Six Slayer was saying, because I agree with all y'all. But the difference is we don't need the donkey community. We don't need Sony to mess up for us to feel validated about why we're Xbox gamers. The PlayStation fans need Xbox to mess up to do that. That JyzalGamingTV said, legal today. Microsoft dropped the ball. They just gave the entire donkey community ammunition now to bring back all their narratives. I said, true. The only difference is this time, they know it's not effective. Let them say Xbox has no games. Well, when we look over that fence, what they got, and that's why I posted on my Twitter, that damn God of Ragnarok, that God of War, Ragnarok, it better come out this year. Since y'all done ran y'all's mouth, it better drop this year. Because you know damn well, wherever Starfield drops, nothing breathes. You thought none of your exclusives could ever get touched. Well, you learned this year that they can be touched. This is why Sony never dropped their games in the wintertime, because the superior games of Xbox ruled the fall and winter. So they got cocky. Oh, we're gonna drop this in the springtime or the late winter time, and still got ate up by a third party publisher. They got ate up. So what do you think's gonna happen? What do you think's gonna happen when Starfield drops the same year Ragnarok drops? What do you think's gonna happen? It's gonna get destroyed. You think they crying now? Let that game drop when that game.
It might not even be a Microsoft game that does it, because look what happened with
take all the air out.
what's his face? What was the game that just came? You see, Forgotten West. See how he even forgot the name because it got stomped by Elden Ring. It's got stomped by Elden Ring. It got stomped by Elden Ring so freaking hard. The developer had to cry about it on Twitter so we know it was Elden Ring that did it. Okay, and that's a multi-plat. And that was a multi-plat. Okay, so the Sony
who murdered him in the street? Who did it?
Hey, we all know who did it. It was Elden Ring. Nobody got a stitch. Everybody saw it happen. Everybody already knows. Nobody cares. Okay, but that's the point. It doesn't even take a rival AAA exclusive from a competitor to knock out theirs now. A third party can do it. It's not the first time either. So it's another reason I'm not so concerned about what's going on. This is why I'm not as concerned about what's going on. They keep saying, oh, they got these. It's like people more concerned about the clout, about what they're going to say. They always got something to say. It's always they. In games or in life. It's always they talking. But they don't spend money. And they, in this case, is these Sony fans. You saw what happened with baseball, okay? That's a textbook example. If there was a textbook on this shit, this would be an example they cite. What happened with the baseball game. So I'm not sweating this at all. Because the PlayStation fans aren't known for buying games. Xbox fans are.
No, really, true, sick. Those games didn't even get taken out by not one Xbox game. And I just want everybody to know
that. It didn't have to be. It didn't have to be. That's how insignificant their AAAs are nowadays.
Let me say this. Take them out of the equation, right? We're going to speak as Xbox fans. Take them out of the equation. They got nothing to do with them. What are we, the Xbox fans, getting today from their first party studios?
Nothing today.
For this year.
Nothing today.
I mean, what are we getting?
The thing is, do we know that 100? Do we know that 100%?
Right now,
we want to know what they're telling us.
In this point in time, right now, what are we as Xbox fans getting from Microsoft's first party studios this year?
Right now, it doesn't seem like anything.
That's not a problem for us Xbox fans. Forget them.
It's not an immediate problem. No, we just went through an entire pandemic, and guess what? My backlog is just as numerous as it ever was. This is the one time in my life. Okay, most of us don't get to live through the pandemic, and I still got mad games. I'm just saying. No, I did not say that. I did not say that. My point is, you're botting. You're botting heavy. We have so many games, it doesn't matter. That's just another game to put on the stack that I'm going to play. It's just that simple. There are countless games. If this one is not ready now, it'll be ready when it's ready. I don't want it till it's ready.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of alluding to earlier. I mean, I'm sorry, Sammy. I'm gonna make it quick because I know you kind of quiet. But like, look, we're asking about us, right? We're asking us versus them. But you, the gamer, have plenty of games to play. Right. And Xbox is only giving us Halo and Forza. Right? That's the answer to your question. So at this moment, Microsoft has given us those two games.
And then their flagship title, right? Halo, right? Can I say that it's demonstrated the power of the console I bought, the Xbox Series X, to its maximum potential? Answer to that question.
It's a cross-gen game. I don't think that we're going to see that, and that's why Starfield and Redfall were so important. Yeah. Right. So that we could actually get to see these things. So no, we have not gotten a game that shows the advertised power of the Xbox Series S or X, and we're gonna have to wait. But the thing is, I don't really care about like what they say. Like I do that for fun. Like for us as Xbox fans, we ought to be able to stand on that, right? If you like what's on the other side, then you go to the other community because you want to talk about those things, right? Y'all complain about Halo. I get tired of hearing it, but y'all complaints are valid, right? We don't have a Forge. We don't have a co-op, right? But I still get tired of hearing it. And I'm not excusing Xbox. Right. Well, yeah, I'm not excusing Xbox for anything because like I said before, everything that we're going through right now, that's self-inflicted. Yeah, what they're doing right now is admirable because they're doing a turnaround or about face. But it's something that they brought upon themselves and they're playing catch up. It's just that we got deluded into thinking somehow that everything was okay.
It's not. And I told y'all last year that we're not going to start seeing these games until 23. But they came out and told us that Starfield was coming out at the end of 22. I didn't believe it. Y'all did, and some of the Xbox fans did, and that's how we get where we are right now, where everybody's so disappointed and heartbroken and turning their back on Xbox while they go boot it up and play a third party like they were doing before. All right, Sammy, my bad.
No, I was just gonna echo off Jay stating that how do we feel as an Xbox fan with the current state of everything that's going on? And for me as an Xbox fan, sure that there's no full ray tracing, RDNA 2, whatever else blooming tech that they've got going on with AMD. Yet I still enjoy everything that it's got, and add-ons that they do for such games as Metro. They added the ray tracing with this generation of how it stands. I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying every game. Yet, sure, for them to give us an unrealistic time frame, that does take a piss, but I understand and I'm aware of it. It just doesn't phase me anymore. I know that these guys are bouncing back, and it's going to take time. Yet, just be realistic and just say to be announced. We'll let you know when it's ready. We're bouncing back.
I think one of the things that kind of caught, well, at least it caught me, and stuff like that, is the fact that it's like when one thing about Bethesda that I guess a lot of us have gotten used to is once they give a date, that's the date, and it's like I can't even do that. I'll be honest with you, I can't even think of the last time you ever heard seen the word delayed coincide with anything Bethesda does. I know one person brought up, which is something I didn't know about, was that Oblivion was once a delayed game at one time.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, but the thing is, for a lot of people who just came into the Xbox platform, because that's actually around the time that I was coming into the platform myself and stuff, because I was transitioning over from the Nintendo and Sony side and stuff. It's like I never even knew about that. So anything coming forward from them, it's been like, here's our date, and boom, boom, boom. 4 months later, 6 months later, it's there, it's out. So this was kind of like, like to me, it was like a shocker because it's like, man, I don't think I know of any time that, because when they came with that date, I mean, it was some confidence too. I mean, right there in the trailer, and it's like, wow, man, it's like, way to sweep your own leg out.
Right, and we also gotta take in notes, right, that Starfield was so big that people were going to buy Xboxes to play that game. So there's hundreds of thousands of people, possibly 1 million people, who wanted an Xbox or an Xbox Series X or S to play that game. Now they're probably frustrated, they mad, and they're not gonna buy one for right now. And or they might, but I'm just saying the hype for that game was astronomical. I don't think I've ever seen a game get delayed, and it's the most popular delay than even games that are on the competitive side. The game's delay is more popular than the games that they got out right now for their platform. That's pretty bad. That's pretty sad if you think about it. But we gotta keep in mind that when Microsoft does mess up like this, I like when people can have constructive criticism in their leadership form as an influence in the way that they influence. Because y'all know, long time ago, me and the general made a pact to the streets. We say, listen, we're here to celebrate Xbox because there's too many people that hate on Xbox already on YouTube. You want to hate on Xbox? Don't come here. This is the place to celebrate Xbox. But we're not going to be fake about it. When we see something, we're going to criticize it. We're going to critique our criticism. But we look at it like this. When you hear, nobody here is a follower. Everybody here is leaders. And the responsibility of being a leader is to edify and build, not destroy. So we see that the game has been delayed. We see what Microsoft has messed up at. Now we keep it real. We speak on everything that we see, and we let them know what we don't appreciate and what we do appreciate. And that's how Microsoft gets better. I'm not worrying about the donkeys, bro, because they're not playing anything. Their imaginary fairy tale world has never affected me. I don't want a PlayStation. I don't even care what they're doing over there. I don't even care. I don't like their games. I don't like same sync rinse games. I'm not buying a $500 console that runs hot. That's not even a true next generational console. I don't need none of that smoke and mirror hype. I don't need it.
But legal, it'll be great to have one for the wintertime.
At the same time, when I bought my Series X, I didn't buy it to underperform. When I buy something, I expect it to live up to its hype. So when I see stuff like delays within the X, when you give me a date, that's unacceptable. That's what I'm talking about. But let me go back to what Dr. Vaca put up here, which is true. If y'all think I'm not gonna, I'm not even, I don't care about the Call of Duty. You can erase that, but if y'all don't think I'm not about that Atomic Heart, you crazy, you bugging. If you think I'm not about that new Saints Row, you definitely smoking something. That Gotham Knights, I gotta have it. Why? It's not even a last, it's not gonna get no last gen help. That's a true next gen game. Harry Potter, I don't know nothing about it, but I'm definitely gonna be thinking about snatching that up as well. We got games. The only problem is the donkey community needs a narrative to validate it. We don't. Right now, we're on the best platform, but to devil advocate for JyzalGaming, right? We have to make sure that Microsoft brings it, and Microsoft has to make sure.
Oh, we got to keep them to task. That's for sure.
A game is coming out. The game should come out. It shouldn't be delayed. This is why I've always said, just shut up about it. Like, it's not that serious. We know that you're working on games. We see your acquisitions. Don't overhype yourself and get so far down the road that you can't turn back around when you make a mistake. Keep yourself close to the exit door so when you do make a mistake, you can walk through. We'll come back through the entrance in a minute. Let's walk out, see what we messed up, and come back. But don't go all the way up to the front of the screen because everybody can see you. Everybody can see it now. And I've been speaking about this. Just calm down. Did we not learn from Crackdown, people? Right? Learn from your mistakes. Learn.
Cyberpunk.
Because Microsoft worked real hard and they killed the narratives off. That took a lot of hard work. I will never knock that. But just don't lose your focus. Keep going. And we see. Hey, give props to the Japanese Xbox fans who are working tirelessly day in and day out to let us know how happy it is to get Xboxes over there. Don't stop and don't ignore them because we had to rely on dumbass IGN and all of them for 8 years, bugging on Japan. And then the true story comes out that the PlayStation 4 only sold 10 million consoles over there. That's their home court, and they only sold 10 million copies? Come on, man. Think about that. That's like Microsoft only selling 10 million Xboxes in America. Think about that. And now you see the reality, right? What's the reality today? They don't even talk about it. You know why? Because the people of Japan call it a sellout company now. They don't even buy the damn thing. Like it don't have the same power. Doesn't have the same effect. Nintendo has taken over Japan. 98% of the gamers play Nintendo over there. 2% play on PlayStation. Well, make it 1.9. The 0.1% play on Xbox. But that's changing, right? The Xbox Series S and X over there is the fastest selling new console outside of the 360 now. It's selling faster than the 360. So give it time, y'all. We're here. They know we're here. They know Xbox is doing well. But the problem is Xbox has to go through it perfection. It has to flawlessly get through a damn generation. Because if it messes up just a little bit, it don't even have, like y'all was saying, it doesn't even have to be a catastrophe. Just a little bit. And it's the end of the world. It's the end of the world. And y'all wonder why I kept saying, this is the messed up part about the Xbox community. We need more real, true Xbox fans. I don't need neutrals. I don't need double agents. I don't need these people that when somebody brings up they only got an Xbox, it leaves a sour taste in your mouth. Come on, people. I'm not here to impress you. I don't care if you don't like the fact that all I have is an Xbox console and you think I'm missing out. I don't care about you, bro. Your community has already exposed that y'all are not playing these games. So why do I care about what you saying? The PlayStation community ain't playing their games. Y'all waiting for the bargain bin. Y'all heard it from 100 years ago. The bargain bin. He wasn't lying about the bargain bin. Y'all wait till them games hit $19.99, and you want to start buying your exclusives. And y'all trying to tell us that that PlayStation got a $28 billion revenue year to year, $8 billion increase, right? But who cares? They just had to put $200 billion in their own stock. So that $28 billion went nowhere. So that's $172 billion that went in the tank. And you're sitting up here telling me, oh, companies do that all the time. No, they don't. A good company does not buy back stock to stay floating, to smoke and mirror their business. They do stock like Microsoft did. They put money in. They bought in. They bought into their stock to make more profit. They didn't buy into their stock because their stock was falling, stupids. And then the update comes out, and y'all want to play dumb like it didn't say an update. The update showed you what happened after that took place. The profits of Microsoft soared through the roof. So until y'all show me what Sony was doing with their stock and that it produced profit that soared through the roof, I'm throwing pie in your face with the gift. Get out of here, man.
Yo, Legal, I did tell you we was gonna get that bundle before we got them sales, right? Them
Of
sale
course.
numbers, right?
Of course. You were right about that one.
Got them poor games strapped to them boxes like helpless hostages.
I know.
Like,
I
please,
know,
please
that's what
buy
they
us.
do.
Oh God, buy
That's what they
us.
do. Yo, but let me ask you guys a question before, because I gotta go soon. What's next for Microsoft? What's their next move? Going
Well,
up
I
to
the
that
say I,
next,
Game Pass.
I say step by step. Let's see. It's like I know people are getting tired of the let's wait and see or wait to E3, but unfortunately, I guess it's a tradition now. Let's wait and see what they have to show for us and what dates get updated, because there's like a lot of stuff that could be slid around. We just don't know now. That's just a thing. Because remember what everybody keeps saying is every studio shockingly has one, and some even have two things to show. I don't see them doing all of them all at once because they can't empty the whole doggone tank and leave nothing for Gamescom, for Tokyo Game Show, and of course for Video Game Awards. So, and it's got to be something within the 90-minute mark. So let's see what it is that they have, because I mean we still got things such as the Project Dragons IO Interactive game, Project Indus, this supposed AAA possibility, a AAA banger coming from Compulsion, and also Contraband. And I think out of all of those, I think Contraband is probably ready to where it could probably be shown off,
Well, you know
and
who
maybe
else
even be ready for launch.
You know who else started waking up today after the whole delay thing? Was the Scorn Twitter page.
Oh
They
yeah.
start.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and see them. They've been showing something I say for the past 3 months, they've been showing something, even if it's a little cut, a little sliver. They've been showing something almost every day, and they made it clear in a lot of their tweets that we got something to really show you guys.
Yeah.
So
especially today with the whole delay of Starfield, they started waking up a little bit more and posting some stuff up.
That's the
they've
game
been
people
awake.
are looking to now. Well, that's the game people are looking to now as the game they can point to and say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they've been awake. So have the Ukrainian studio. But like, I don't know about you guys, right? But didn't y'all have the feeling, right, that these end of the years have been a little bit too clogged? You know what I mean? Xbox signing these deals, these games getting delayed. and then you throw Starfield in there. Then we already, like, us fans, I've heard it, I've seen it. Scoring's gonna get squashed by Starfield. What's the point of
Probably.
signing an exclusivity
Probably.
deal if Microsoft is gonna drop their game right on top of your game? You know, so I don't have any concerns. Like, what's next for Microsoft? They got to run the play. I mean, Starfield got delayed, but we already had some timed exclusives coming. Stalker was supposed to be February. Now we're supposed to get it in December, right? And then we have Hogwarts, which is everywhere, but still, that's a game that's going to have the attention of a lot of people.
Yeah, and I think that's supposed to be in December itself as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean that's what I heard today. I didn't read it. And then there's the other game from WB. People are complaining
the Gotham
about
Knights.
Yeah,
Gotham Knights.
Well, that's slated for the end of the year.
That looks fun.
So a wise man learns from a fool's mistake, right? So you're gonna drop Star.
Well, real quick, what about the Disney situation? We still got the Disney situation to break news on.
Oh, you know what? You're gonna be teaching me. You're gonna be showing me something new. But what I'm saying is, now I lost my train of thought. But all I was saying is we had enough games that were already coming. And if Microsoft's gonna do these exclusivity deals, they got wise man learns from a fool's mistakes, right? They dropped Horizon right about Elden Ring against everybody's better judgment, and look at what happened, right? We think Starfield has star power, but that's a lot of stars at the end of the year coming out to play. And why cannibalize your game when you can just push the game back? And it looks bad to us. Because see, for me, I don't believe that they pushed the game back because it's not ready. I believe it's a placement. That's where I'm coming from with
and
it.
Redfall together, that's kind of sus.
Because see, Redfall was supposed to be summer.
Yeah.
But I never thought that would make it. Like, that's Arcane. Like, they don't have the reputation. Real quick, something that Legal said, we got to quit jumping the gun. But Microsoft should get us to the point to where we should assume it's quality. That's the one thing the ponies do. They assume that they got a quality game coming out, and then we gotta sit back and tell them, hey, it's not what you're saying. But we should get to the point to where when Microsoft says they have something coming, that we should get excited. But it's sad that we're not there yet. But I believe we should get to that point, and Microsoft should work towards that. All right, I'm done.
Well spoken.
Yeah, I like that. Legal.
What? I remember. Oh, I did come across one person, looking into his credentials. He did used to work for Bethesda for a short tenure and everything like that, and because NDAs follow you everywhere you go and stuff like that, he couldn't speak on much. He said the situation with Redfall, he says from when he left, he said, yeah, I kind of foresaw that coming, and I even heard that coming. It's just that unfortunately I could not say anything and stuff like that. But he said, but the thing is, but as far as Starfield goes, he was like, no, this really caught me on a just unguarded, because no, that thing was a lot more further along than a lot of people thought. So he's like, something really must have happened.
Oh, and secondly, don't forget, they just had, like I said, that showcase a week or two ago where they had put a time frame to it, right? In fact, it relieved a lot of people because a lot of people were concerned before that point, right? They just did that. So it's like, why? Something happened. That's two reasons to think that something happened anyway. Like, something is sus about it in general.
I mean, who knows, man? They probably was just,
who knows?
Yeah, probably flying around and in the solar system, and they're like, hey, what's going on? There's a planet that's missing. Why is that whole planet missing? Like, oh darn. I guess we need to put that in there. So I don't know. Like I said, it's anybody's guess, but I mean, I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned about it. And I know a whole lot of people are like concerned about what the other encampment is gonna be like, coming to social media saying, and I'm like, dude, they're like the volume to me. You just turn them down. Just turn them down and focus on what it is that you know that you want to do.
Yeah.
Got people talking about like man, I guess I'm gonna leave Twitter and coming back till next year. It's like, why?
Yeah, I agree with that. That's facts, man. Listen, the Xbox community, keep doing what y'all do, man. Stick together, learn how to stick together, learn how to build your community up, man. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be corny, be corny.
My thing is,
But
don't
build your
run when it
community up.
comes
You know what I'm saying? You wanna
to
be
dealing with
goofy,
wild
be goofy.
dogs and
Build that
jackals.
goofy community up. But if
Yeah,
you're
when
an
it comes,
Xbox fan, build your community up. You know what I'm
yeah, when
saying?
it comes,
Shout out to everybody on the panel. Good talks tonight. Thanks to everybody that came out. Y'all know what it is, man. Mighty Chit Chat Room, man. I want to say shout out to Spike IT, man. Shout out to Radius 96. Thank you all. Shout out to David VGS again. Vodka again. Let's see. Who else? Jerome in the house. My man Jay. Who else, man? It was somebody else up here. I was about to say Fireboss, man. He
These
snuck
nuts.
up on me. Oh, Platona?
Motherfucker.
Platona? What? I'm sorry if I didn't say your name right. But shouts to you too, man. Shouts to everybody. Like I said, man, shout out to the whole Chit Chat community. Thanks to the panel tonight, man. The mighty Teknoblast, Sammy V, J-Rock, the executioner, Six Slayer, the technician, boss of all bosses, and the realest one, man. Thank y'all, man, always for representing what we do out here in these streets, man. We love to echo the streets. We figure we voice our opinions we try to come from every angle. We try to represent every Xbox fan that had something to say today. We hope that we did the best we could. We hope that we made y'all proud. We hope we delivered. And listen, y'all, always keep it gaming. Always keep it gaming. But Teknoblast, if you have anything to say, let them know where you at. Everybody send a farewell salute, and we're gonna get out of here, y'all.
Nah, I'm good. Everybody else can say their goodbyes.
All right,
Yeah,
Sammy V,
yeah,
anybody, man, y'all speak.
Yeah, I got an announcement. It's just been clear to me that Teknoblast does not represent the street. Okay, thank you. Good night.
Thank you all for having me. Thank you, New Legal. Thank you very much. It was a great session and looking forward to the next one. Happy gaming, everyone. And a big shout out. One big shout out to the Xbox Series S. Doing it big out there live in Japan right now. They're carrying that whole thing with the TV screen on their bike machines, everything, having it on their stomachs, laying it on their back, playing the games. Enjoy happy gaming.
I gotta say this, Microsoft, please get the X out there because they are begging for the X as well.
Yes,
dude. There's some of them out there. They're buying both of them. They're buying both the X and the S.
Nice. Well, I just want to say, thanks for all the support I've been getting lately for a lot of things. I got a lot of things in the plans, a lot of tools and devices that I'm acquiring.
Oh, here we go, waiting for the tools.
I got stuff in the plans. Talking to certain people, and you will see movement very soon.
I got something to say. I need Jeremy Merchant out there to recommend some more Australian movies. That's what I need.
Yes. Yes. I heard about all of that. Definitely.
It's good.
That's what it is.
He's been giving me some good ones.
Yo, Legal.
Yeah. Listen, I just want to say you can be disappointed.
All right, we out of here then. Okay.
Without the doom and gloom.
Whoa. Good Lord. Woo.
Yeah, that's all I want to say, man. You can be disappointed without the doom and gloom. You gotta be able to separate
balance
things according to their stuff, man. That's all. You can be disappointed, and it's not the end of the world, man.
Facts.
All right, panel and chat. Legal, you know what I'm saying?
All right, Legal. You got it, homie. Legal, you good? I gotta text this guy. I gotta text this guy.
Legal already left.
Yeah, man. Y'all do y'all thing, man.
Legal has left the chat.
No, there he is. There it is.
Legal's trying to go to Chili's.
No, I'm here, man.
You can shut it down. You can shut it down now.
It's like Applebee's or Chili's.
Yo, y'all, listen. I want to say thank y'all. Like I said, thank y'all for coming out. Always keep it gaming.
Nuts.
Look, man, I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man, with y'all comments tonight. Each and every last one of y'all with y'all comments, man. I appreciate it for real. Chase that one up in life, man. Make sure you get that. Make sure you go get a chain, man. Go get a one-up chain and put it around your neck, man, and wear it with proudness, man. Keep that extra man on you. You're gonna make some mistakes, man, but it's always good. It's always good to bounce back. No doubt, man.
Yeah,
Xbox bouncing back. Look, Microsoft, get it together, man. Get it together. Figure it out. But it's not hard. Come down here. Represent your real Xbox community.
That showcase, they got to show out.
Represent your real Xbox fans.
Sure. Show out in the showcase.
Because we're not gonna tell you no lies, man. We passionate. You know what I'm saying? We're passionate. We ain't about all the clout chasing and the the Twitter celebrity wannabe reviewers, or we're down here
you can
to give you some honest opinions, some validated thoughts on what we feel as consumers as well as being fans. I mean, it is what it is. We have fun on Twitter just like everybody else. But, I know a lot of people feel like they may not be heard or may not be seen, but that's not it. Just hang in there, do what you do what you love to do. And remember, DIRREC Gaming is always going to be here for you, man.
And anybody in the chatter box, if you want to come on, just send out a DM.
Peace.
Peace.